This box here is a box with a router. It's nice and compact, and the router in here is good enough. It's got support for 64 users, it's LTE, it blends in with the furniture, nice, modern and sleek. But what if normal is boring and ultimate excess is more of your cup of tea, like me? Then you need to get a router that comes in this behemoth of a box. Just to compare these two boxes, it's no contest. It's absolutely large, so let's take it out of the box. Look at that! It comes in a hard styrofoam package that looks like it's literally from a video game, a care package in PUBG or something. There is a lock on the crate, and after some fiddling I got it open. Can you see the sheer size of this thing? The fact that it looks all the way sci-fi, it's like aliens and Transformers made a router. Wait, Transformers are pretty much aliens. Well, you know what I mean. It's very heavy, I'll give you a fair warning there. It's a lot of hardware and it's huge, trust me. You have not seen a home Wi-Fi router this substantial in size and weight with active cooling. It's got a fan in it. It will not blend with any furniture that I know of unless if we're talking about a gamer's man cave. Taking a tour around it, there are 4 Star Wars looking antennas with 3 stages where you can unfold them. Right at the top is the Mi logo and an X, which is an indicator light for what's going on with the router, like whether or not the internet is available, or it can be set up for RGB cycling. It's a hexagon design, meaning it has 6 sides. The front face has indicator lights, one for the system and another one for the internet. White is right, orange is carnage. The left edge has a mesh button and next to it is a USB-A port, which is version 3.0 for fast transfers. We will talk more about these later. On the right face we've got the power port and the reset button, and right at the back we have 5 Ethernet ports. 4 of them are regular gigabit Ethernet with one also capable of WAN connectivity. The 5th port is blue. It's different because it supports a throughput of 2.5 gigabits per second and is made for WAN connectivity. So setting it up is pretty straightforward unless you're in Zimbabwe, which I am. You need the Mi Home app to be able to manage this router. I already had it, but it was set up with Zimbabwe as my region. That proved a hindrance when trying to get the setup wizard to sort things out so I can get access to the router management. I ended up switching my region to the UK because that's my default when Zimbabwe doesn't work. Also, it's really rare not to find UK on the list of supported regions in such scenarios. Now, there are a lot of labels and buzzwords on this router that will definitely make many of you feel quite dumb. 4K QAM, 2.5G high-speed port, 2.4G, 5G, and 5G game. Confusing, right? Look, it's all just speed. All of it is just denotes the different ways in which they have put tech in this box to improve the network speed. But this is LAN speed and not your internet speed. That one is managed by your service provider like Liquid Home, Telco, or Tel1. So, if you just need a router for Wi-Fi in your home and that's it, then you definitely do not need this router. It's too expensive and unreasonable for your boring old home Wi-Fi network. What this router is about is this. This router supports 248 devices, which is a lot. If you picture other household Wi-Fi routers available in most Zimbabwean homes and offices, they support up to 32 devices for the low-end ones and 64 and 128 devices for the higher level ones. So, this one can do about double what other normal consumer-grade routers can do. What this means is a more stable connection for more devices off a single router. For those needing more coverage area and capacity, you can get another one of these and use that mesh button we saw earlier to double the number of devices that can connect, as well as cover about double the range. Wi-Fi 6 is the highlight feature on the Mi router. It's just a bit of an upgrade from the previous generation of Wi-Fi, and without getting into all the boring networking jargon, it just improves stability and speed. That's the important bit. And it really shows. Streaming files from PC to PC and from PC to other devices like smart TVs and smartphones was really good. Large bitrate video files were playing with no buffer. Really, I have no complaints. And as the cherry on top, that USB port on the side of the router, it can be used as a media sharing platform over LAN. You can connect a hard drive to it, and anyone with access to that Wi-Fi can make use of the content that is on that drive. So you can have such a setup in the school library for academically related content like open source software, free to share video documentaries, even soft copies of notes. At home, you can make it a media server for photo and video backups, to a storage platform that you have control over, and also anyone you allow can get access. No more share it shenanigans for sharing those pics and videos. Business critical tools for employees can be put on there, making it not only easier to make them available to everyone, but also reducing traffic that you send over the internet. Imagine you're in media production and you just have everything you need uploaded onto the LAN. The possibilities are endless. This router puts its capacity to good use. It by default kicks things off with 3 virtual networks inside it, basically 3 Wi-Fis in one. What this allows you to do is separate traffic into its own network. For the home, this feature can be used to organize different types of devices. The best use case is the slower Wi-Fi network can be used for smart devices or IoT devices like smart speakers, alarm systems, cameras, lights, and sensors. Then the faster Wi-Fi can be used for computers, mobile devices, and smart TVs that use up a lot more data or need the extra speed for streaming media over the network. And for businesses, there can be a guest network where visitors to the business can access their own little Wi-Fi, and an internal network where employees will be connected to will use its own separate Wi-Fi. It's amazing for security because it means a curious guest will find it extremely difficult to get access to part of the network that employees holding sensitive data will be connected to. And speaking of security, this router supports WPA3, which is the latest Wi-Fi password encryption method that is a lot harder to crack than WPA2 on non-Wi-Fi 6 routers. The Mi Home app is your best friend when it comes to managing the router. It's got a heap of features and a really easy to use interface to manage traffic on the router. You get everything from virtual networks and security for each network to what rights each connected device will have when accessing the media storage device on the network. You can set limits on upload and download speeds so that one person on the network does not take it down by grabbing all the bandwidth. You can view each device connected to the Wi-Fi and see how much data the device has consumed, as well as its current download and upload speed. You can even go as deep as selecting which sites a specific device is allowed to access, the time of day a specific device is allowed to access the network, and if it's an unknown device, you can straight up blacklist it onto the network. This router is definitely extreme, both in looks and features. The reason it is so is because just like anything targeted for gamers, it's extreme and uncompromising in every way. I mean, the thing has RGB lights on it. On features and performance, it's even showing more promise on paper than the Asus ROG Rapture GT AX9000, another extreme gaming router costing $80 more than the Xiaomi AX9000. It's got a lot of edge cases where it offers more utility than most other consumer-grade routers. The ridiculous 248 device capacity, the 2.5 gigabit WAN throughput, the media sharing over LAN with a dedicated USB port, and more secure and stable wireless connection than lesser routers. What it is built for is the edge cases where uncompromising performance and stability is of utter importance. And that is online gaming. The connection cannot be compromised. However, for domestic usage, it's just overkill for so many people. A regular router is very sufficient. Also, Wi-Fi 6 is a 2019 standard, and so very few devices support it, pouring sand on one of the router's key selling points. As for small to medium businesses, this might be the router that offers the sort of net benefits that could help them in security, network uptime, and bandwidth management. And even if you do not have a dedicated IT guy, the Mi Home app makes it a lot easier to set the router up and manage most of the stuff that's on it, including making the lights on the router match precisely the color of your business. Oh, and for the nerds in the room, AX9000 4K QAM on one of the router's antennas is an Easter egg. AX is the Wi-Fi 6 standard IEEE 802.11ax. 9000 is the total theoretical bitrate that the router can process, which is 9000 megabits per second. 4K QAM is 4096-bit quadrature amplitude modulation, the tech that it's using for a 20% increase in Wi-Fi connection speeds. You learn something new every day. Catch you again next time.